Hey, what's going on, guys? All right. So we've been playing we've been playing Flame Rift every night of the week. So and to be fair, I guess it's only twice before this. But we're gonna finish off the week by playing Flame Rift again tonight. We're going back to Boros because the deck felt really good. It felt very clean. It felt very smooth. We got lucky in a couple of spots, and we got kind of unlucky in a couple of spots too, honestly. So it felt like we kind of got both sides of the sword last night or night before last when we played. But tonight we're going to play 3 Flame Rift and 4 skewers instead of the reverse, which we played last night. I haven't changed the sideboard. I haven't changed anything. It all seems good. We're just going to run it back with that change and see how it works. I always have, honestly, I always have quite a few reservations about playing. Um, what are we doing here? Ooh, somebody viewed my application on Indeed. Um, but I always have some reservations. What the heck was I talking about? I don't even know what I was gonna say. I have some reservations about something, but I don't remember. So hopefully it doesn't take too long for us to find a game. We're gonna play a little bit of Magic tonight. We're gonna play a League with our Boros deck, and then we're going to jump into some Rocket League. I've been grinding Rocket League pretty hard lately. I mean, I say that like it's been like 3 or 4 days, and I've been playing for 2 or 3 hours every day. But I've been really enjoying it lately. So I don't know if you guys want to see more of that, you'll just have to let me know, and we can make more Rocket League content. But if not, we're just gonna keep it the way it has been. I really enjoy playing Magic, and I feel like it. I don't know, like I feel like this is tough to say. I feel like it's made me better at Magic streaming because I've been playing more and I see more interactions and I get to play more often. Now it's not always the case because I have made some pretty bad plays when playing Moto, and I don't know what it is, if it's because I know I'm not playing in a tournament, so I don't have to stop and take time to think about plays and I just kind of make them and whatever happens happens, but either way. So, I'm going to say something super greedy, which to be fair I do quite regularly. They've just given us Flame Rift for Modern Horizons 2. I'm already thinking about Modern Horizons 3 and about them giving us Chain Lightning. I would ask for Price of Progress. Price of Progress would make the mono red burn like insane. Like Price of Progress would change everything. But that's not realistic. They're never going to give us Price of Progress in a million years. So I feel like Chain Lightning would be a really good addition to this deck. Normally I'd say 4 lands is too many, but I think with the idea of having Eidolon here, we're going to keep this on the play. We are going to fetch to start off here. We're going to fetch and shock. Hopefully we're not playing the mirror or something, but we have 2 of the mountains already in our hand, and plus we'll probably have to use Canyon to draw some cards, so we want to we want to make sure we have a guaranteed white source. Ooh, this is the blue-white flicker deck. And them leading on Ether Vial isn't exactly great for us. Them leading on Ether Vial means that they do get to save some damage. Now, if they're going to play something this turn for 2 mana, they're not going to get to. Tide Shaper. Okay. Oh, so this is Merfolk. We're going to go to 13 here, and then we get to crack in for 5. Now, our opponent does have Ether Vial, so they can play around our Eidolon a little bit here. Tide Shaper is a really good card, in my opinion. I think it adds a lot of value being a what gets as long as the opponent controls an island. I mean, it's a 2 mana 2/2 that is also uh, has indestructible as long as you control at least 2 other merfolk. When it attacks, draw a card. Have ward 1. I don't know what ward means, but So we're just gonna play this and say go. They're playing Merfolk, so they're probably playing they are more than likely playing Force of Negation. That's the card I was going for right there. Ooh, so they don't want to reveal one. They either don't want to or they can't. I don't know what Ward does, but... So we're going to start by casting Skullcrack. Target you. We'd like to draw, I was like, 2 spells here. Gives us instant speed and sorcery speed interaction. So we're going to go here. Put these spells on the stack. Our opponent have nothing? Okay, alright, interesting. I assumed our opponent had something there. Okay, so cards that we want include Path to Exile and Searing Blaze. Flame Rift and Skullcrack are really bad here. So Flame Rift is I've said this the last 2 leagues I've played with Flame Rift. I've said this every time. Flame Rift is bad against decks that also put pressure on you. Merfolk is a deck that puts pressure on us. Skullcrack doesn't interact with the board in any way. I don't really think they're playing life gain, so I don't really know that we need it. But other considerable cuts include Eidolon. Eidolon's not great in a matchup like this. Normally, Eidolon does just get outclassed because their stuff's bigger, they have Aether Vial to play around it, and they don't really have to take that much damage. Plus, we're on the draw for this one, so that's pretty bad. But I think we're going to leave it in because Eidolon blocks and does incidental damage here and there. And other things that could make the cut include Lava Spike or Boros Charm, but I think we'd rather have spells, so we're just going to keep it and run it that way. This hand's terrible. Our opponent mulligans too. This hand's pretty good. I think we're going to keep this and put the mountain back. So we have 2 spells that act as removal spells. So I personally think it's worth saying go here so that we can actively lightning bolt something, and then we have our Eidolon to play. So they're playing Unsettled Mariner. Oh boy, magic ass whooping time. I mean, I hope we whoop somebody's ass, not the other way around, which is very possible. I'm willing to take 2 here just to see what they do. Okay. Oh. They only have 3 cards in their hand, so that's not terrible for us. So we are losing the race here, which is pretty rough. So we're going to attack. They probably also have Path in their sideboard. We're just going to hold the rest of our spells here. You got this. How's your week been so far? It's been busy. We went to the beach last week, so it's been busy at work, but it's been pretty good. I mean, honestly, all things considered, it's not been too bad. How's your week been, man? What have you been up to, man? Anything interesting? So we're going to suspend Rift Bolt and say go here. They only have 2 cards in their hand. We know one of them? I don't remember how we knew one of them was an Unsettled Mariner, but we did. Good, not much going on. How was the beach? The beach was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. Just kind of hung out and laid around honestly all week. Was very nice. I enjoyed it. Kyle told me you guys are looking at a new place. That you guys are looking at a new house. You excited about that, or is that just kind of like 6-in-1 kind of thing? As long as they have peanut butter, you're good, right? Okay, so our opponent goes to 13, or it goes to 15 there. So we are going to suspend Rift Bolt and play Eidolon. I want to know what the last 2 cards in their hand are, honestly. Gonna flash something in here. Okay. Merfolk Trickster's pretty good. Now, we're probably just gonna trade here with the Eidolon. So they put themselves to 11 here. Yeah, we're definitely blocking with the Eidolon. We're not gonna. Peanut butter is a must. Haha, it's exciting. It's a nice house. More space for books about dead people. Hey, man. I mean, whatever makes you happy, buddy. I do not judge. So we're just trying to control the board right now. Now they've already drawn 5 lands, so the odds of them drawing another one isn't very high. Oh wow, they did. Well, they drew a waterlogged grove, so it's not a, if they draw a land, that's the best one for them to have. It's exciting. It's a nice house. Yeah, Kyle said y'all were looking at one that had a pool or something, maybe, which I would thought was cool. I was like, hey. Wally says you talk shit about my books all the time. I don't know when he said that. I don't really talk shit about your books. I think it's funny that you sit around and read about dead people, but I feel like talking shit about your books is probably excessive. No blocks here, which is interesting. I mean, I'm really curious. Like, they probably drew another land. Okay. So they're not trying to win the race. They have 1 card in their hand. I mean, I guess it could be Force of Negation. Oh, Skewer the Critics is actually rough here. Okay. Yes. Be fair if... Okay, so they just had nothing there. Okay, well, that was interesting. What's the weakest deck color combo? Oh, man. Ben, you're starting to fight with that question, bro. I mean, I'm not going to lie. For a long time, I was going to tell you that it was blue-green because blue-green didn't really have anything for a long time. But over the last 2 years, blue-green has gotten a ton of stuff and a ton of help. So, man, honestly, I don't know. It's tough to say. Like, every color brings its own unique, like, thing to the table that can really be busted or terrible. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to answer that question. The weakest deck color combo. Blue black's great in Pioneer. Red black. Red black's not great. Start the fight. Talk some shit. I mean, red black is really good. Like, blue black is like really good. It has a lot of counter spells and removal spells. Red black has a lot of removal spells and aggression, or it can have a late game grind if it needs to. Let's see what else is there. Black green. Black green is really good. You can play the rock in modern. Black white. Black white just got Vindicate and some other cool stuff. You can play Stoneforge Mystic. It's really good. So So then you have blue-white. I mean, blue-white control will always be relevant. Blue-red. Blue-red has Through the Breach. Blue-green. Guess there's not really a blue-green deck. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't know. There's kind of like a two-color deck you can almost play like in every color except blue-green in Modern. So I don't know. I'd probably have to say blue-green, which is funny to say because they've gotten a lot of busted cards over the last 2 years. It could just be me talking out of my ass, though. Hey, my stocks are up to $34. Man, my like $25 investment. I'm up $9. Sounds like they do a decent job keeping the colors balanced. I mean, honestly, they do. Like, maybe not balanced per se, but like everything gets something. I don't know. So it's hard to say like what's the worst. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like everything brings something to the table. I hate sitting here like this. I just want to play Magic. I don't know. If I had to pick stuff that's gotten like some of the weakest cards, like over like the last like over the last few years, card like a color that really hasn't gotten anything, kind of feels like red. Now maybe I'm biased to that because I don't really feel like red gets that many good things, but I don't know. I could be terribly wrong about that. All right, well, we're on the draw here. I've seen some people who run red white strugglesome. What is strugglesome? I don't know what that is. Is that like an archetype or is that like a card? Oh my god, I'm retarded. I just realized that you were saying that people that run red and white struggle some. Wow. Well, we're gonna pretend like that didn't happen because I am a toddler. We're gonna have to mulligan here. We don't have a one drop or anything to do. Yeah, yeah, I'm retarded, Ben. Am toddler. But yeah, I mean, red white like doesn't get like I mean, red white doesn't have a ton of things it can do. So I mean, yeah, I could definitely see that. I think we're gonna shift back the Eidolon here. Hers is mine. Okay, expedition map. So it's good that we shipped back. I was taking a shot at you. Oh yeah, see, man, I'm all over the place, dude. But yes, I feel like I struggle more than most people that play red white. Lol. Am Tardler. All right, so the question is, do they have something good to play in their hand? So we're gonna fetch now because Searing Blaze is in the side, not in the main. Flame Rift. And we're gonna say go. Okay, so they either already have a Worm Coil Engine or they don't care about having one. I'm going with the fact that they already have one. Which means if we're gonna win this game, we're gonna need to rip Skullcrack here. It's definitely Worm Coil Engine. Thragtusk, maybe? Could also be Thragtusk. Oh. Interesting. Truly have no idea what our Tron opponent is doing right now. They had Wormcoil Engine on top, and I mean, maybe Wormcoil Engine on turn 4 is not good enough. Maybe our opponent realized that. So we get to put our opponent to 10. We get to Helix them during their turn, which puts them to 7. We suspend Rift Bolts 4, Bolts 1. That's a lethal burn spell right there. So Oblivion Stone is also good. So unless I'm not seeing something correctly, it looks like we're going to win this first game here, which is not easy to do because we were on the draw against Tron, and that's a really hard place to be, honestly. I guess I can target my lands. So we do have to pill a land here, actually, to have lethal. They don't have to exile the Goblin Guide because they can just block it. Oh, we drew a land. Doesn't matter. Alright, woo! We did it. We were on the draw against Tron, and we had the perfect mix of lands and spells, and our opponent didn't have a play till turn 4. So, that was really good. Alright. We want Skullcrack indefinitely. We want Smash to Smithereens. We want Path. Cards that are terrible in this matchup include Eidolon. So, we're getting rid of 3 more cards here. Helix is generally the worst spell. Helix is generally the worst spell in this matchup because the life swing doesn't matter. Normally, anyway. I mean, I guess it can, but like the 6-point swing that comes from Helix doesn't matter. Yeah, I think this is correct. Because Flame Rift is 4 damage, and you just want as much damage as possible against Tron. So, and it's not like we're running any hate, really, in the side, so... So this hand's bad. So, this hand's not good, but it beats Wormcoil Engine. The question is, would we rather have 2 lands and 3 burn spells? Yeah, I think so. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. Damn. Oh, that's alright. We'll figure it out. I mean, our opponent's on 2 cards here, so I don't know. Even with as bad as our hand is, I don't know what 2 cards they have that like land and map here. That or maybe they have 2 Tron pieces in their hand. We drew a land immediately, which is not good. They do have 2 Tron pieces. Maybe they drew the other one. So we're doing this deck? Is this what we're doing? I had 4 lands, put 1 on the bottom, and then I've drawn 2. Oh, wow. They did just natty draw it. Okay. Skullcrack is a good pickup. We are going to go ahead and path it. Well, no, we're going to wait and upkeep path that thing. Well, now we want to path it so we can get points in. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and path it. We're just going to fetch shock here. Life total is not super relevant. We can still hold up our Skullcrack here. I don't know what the last card in their hand is, but... Would have rather have upkeep pathed it. So they have O-Stone and something else in their hand. Okay, so they're going to play Sanctum or Oblivion Stone. We're just not going to attack. Actually, we are. Okay. So we can play this safely because we know what they're drawing, so... They can cast it, which is fine. I mean, they get to Sylvan Scrying for like a, I don't know. I guess a Blast Zone here. We shouldn't have played that. Okay. Smash. Okay, so... If I go bolt that Skullcrack you go to 8, then you take 3 and go to 5. Yeah, I don't really like that play, so we're just going to attack and see what they do. I mean, they're more than likely going to block because it's free. But it's 6 points on the board if we use all of our spells, or it's 6 points in our hand and we get to hold up Skullcrack. So, definitely rather hold up Skullcrack here. Like, Thragtusk could be a really good out for them here. Wormcoil Engine is really good. Like, it's like if nothing else, they just get to make another 2/2 here, so... So that puts them to 5, then one of the Swiss Spears puts them to 3. So I think we do this because we're giving ourselves an out. I don't know. Having the Skullcrack is just so good. I guess we're just going to go for it. I don't know if this is correct or not. I'm not a huge fan of doing this way, but it does allow us to put our opponent within burn spell range. You got to be kidding me. Like literally like the one card that punishes our decision. That really sucks. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if our decision was wrong. Because if they draw a Karn, or I don't know what they could draw there, but... Well, we had this game won, and we threw it away. Well, they can't play their Wormcoil Engine, but... So they get to... Oh, okay. Alright, they're playing it safe here. I mean, when they play their Wormcoil Engine, this puts them to 2. Because we get to kill... We get to smash the Smithereens the Wormcoil Engine, then we get to smash the Smithereens the token. The lifelink token, the one that's relevant. Alright, they didn't attack. So, though, you know, I was thinking in my head maybe we wait and hold up our spells and see what they do because we don't have to make any decisions yet, but... Swiss Spear blocks. Yep. I mean, it's lethal. Go for it, bro. We're going to smash the smithereens that. They go to 2, and then we have an out of a burn spell here. Because if not, we're just dead next turn because they're going to gain 7 life and do a bunch of dumb stuff. Alright, well, we managed to get out of this one, even though it's questionable if we should have or not. So I don't know, like, Thragtusk, we put ourselves in a position to win the following turn, as opposed to having Skullcrack, putting our opponent to 7, holding it, and then, sure, one of our Boros Charms or Flame Rifts could win us the game. I don't know. I don't know. We took a more aggressive line there, and we got punished for a minute, but we ended up getting out of it anyway, so it worked out. It all worked out. I'm gonna run and pee really quick while we're waiting on our next match. I'll be right back. I saw as I was walking back that we got paired. Looks like I got back just in time. Hi, good luck. Think this hand's really good. The Sunbait Canyons can do us in, but I think having double Lightning Helix is really good. So, opponent also doesn't have a companion, so we don't get any knowledge. We don't get any free information. Ancient Ziggurat means humans more than likely. I'm sorry. Maybe this is taxes or something? I don't know. It's an interesting card. So we go to 20, they go to 17. 3, 6, 9, 13, and we got 13 points in our hand. Okay, so this is definitely some kind of humans list. Take our Lightning Helix if I had to guess. It's like that, or they're going to take Rift Bolt to try and make our mana awkward if we draw a land. Shotokan. Alright, Flame Rift. Deal 4 to us. Because nothing says you mean it quite like Flame Rift. They go to 11, okay. Against humans, Flame Rift and the Sunbait Canyons aren't great, because you don't want to take a lot of damage off your lands, but you want Sunbait Canyon to... You mostly want it for the functionality of drawing cards. Champion of the Parish. Meddling Mage. What are we naming? Is Rift Bolt? Okay. I think they know about one of the Skullcracks. Curious to see what they... I mean, we're getting to dangerous territory of losing here, so... This Manus Rider? Yep, Manus Rider. Which is 3, 6, 8, 9. Can be 10 if they play another 1-drop. Okay. Well, so now we can't play any of our spells because we have to take damage. Yeah, I mean, getting stuck on 2 lands and not having any interaction really killed us right there. Okay, so we want Searing Blaze and we want Path for sure. We do not want Flame Rift. I think we want the Skullcracks. Oh, we want the Skullcracks. I know they don't interact, but they do allow us. They give us another answer to. They give us another answer to Auriok Champion, which is really good. All right, down a game to humans, but that's okay. We can always bounce back. Yep, we'll go first. This hand feels very good. We're going to fetch. For a mountain, play Goblin Guide. Our opponent's on a mulligan, which is also very good. And then depending on what they do, we'll play Eidolon more than likely on turn 2. We can save the Searing Blaze for a very aggressive turn 3. We can use... So you play Goblin Guide. Skyclave Apparition is a good one. Then on turn 2... So now we're going to attack for 2, and then we're going to play Eidolon. Then the next turn, okay, Thalia is pretty good, but it also plays right into our Searing Blaze, which is good. We can do that and keep attacking. Oh, kept a 1-lander, huh? So we're gonna get a basic. We're gonna pay the 1. Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. I was like, we're gonna pay the 1 here because they don't have another land. If they had played a second land and played a spell, we definitely wouldn't have paid. But it worked out pretty well for us that they didn't have it that way. They probably had Auriok Champion rolled up, if I had to guess. Eidolon's really bad on the draw, so I think we're actually going to... God, I hate trying to do this. We're going to cut the Eidolons on the draw and bring the Boros Charms back in because they are just spells. Their reach, they honestly, in a sticky situation, they give us a place to block and protect our things if we need to. It's not perfect, but I have had to do that once or twice, so... Our opponent mulligans to 6. It's okay. I'm okay with that. Ether Vial, okay. So we're going to fetch a basic and Goblin Guide them here. And the good news is that we have Bolt and Searing Blaze. So if they play a Thalia, we can Bolt it and still attack in. If they play, something else that we can Searing Blaze, we're going to Searing Blaze it. So it's Really kind of like the best answers to both worlds. Like, it's the best answer. Best answers we can have in our hand, honestly. The only thing that can make this better is if we draw a Lightning Helix. They didn't have Auriok Champion. Or I assume they didn't have Auriok Champion. They didn't play it, so they could be looking at Freebooter to know what is and what isn't safe. I just said the only thing that could be better is if we draw a Lightning Helix, and we did, so. Noble Hierarch and they played the Freebooter already. We didn't even look because I'm a Bagnon. There's no way he's blocking. I think we want to play a 2-drop here. We want to be as mana efficient as possible. Honestly, in my opinion, it's more important most of the time just to be mana efficient. So he has 4 cards. One of them happens to be a Noble Hierarch. He is going to play the Noble Hierarch. With Exalted on the stack. We're going to go for this now so we can put Searing Blaze back into our hand. Okay. So they fizzle our spell, and they get to take our Searing Blaze again, which is pretty good. Not good enough, but it is pretty good. That was... so I wasn't considering that as an option, honestly. That was pretty good. If I was smart, I would have played around that. But next time we're playing against humans, we realize that Charming Prince is on the list of things we should be taking. So we're gonna bolt this. They're gonna have no choice but to let us have our Searing Blaze back. We're gonna Searing Blaze the Charming Prince at the cost of 2 life to us, 3 to them. We're going to attack. I don't know if he'll block here or not, honestly. Luminarch Aspirant's pretty good. We have another Bolt here, which is solid. He goes to 11. He can have a Vial on 3 and a Vial on 1. At least I would assume he's going to roll them up to 3 and 1. When you can cast all your cards, you... I assume... Oh, okay, leaves it on 2? Okay. I mean, not that it, like, super matters, but... Serving up 1, huh? Okay. So, we're going to go Bolt here. What'd you say? Yeah, Bolt. Well, I bolted their creature, but I like where your head's at. Did you get him? That's awesome. You excited? So I was going to wait and draw a card here, but I'm actually just going to cast both of our spells here, because if not, they're going to get one with Freebooter, and quite frankly, I don't want them to have a spell. I'm not going to play games. I'm not going to do anything else. They know the cards in my hand from their previous Freebooters, so there's no point in sandbagging. We're just going to put them to 3 and then live off the top of our deck. Plus, we do get redraws. We have 2 Sunbait Canyons in play, so... And if he wants to serve up 1 here, he does have a blocker, so I can Freebooter during my draw step. That's pretty good. Didn't think about that. I mean, not that it changes anything. Yep. Because, well, I guess he doesn't have to block. We're going to attack first. Alright, they get a land out of it. It's the only problem with Goblin Guide. So we're going to play our Swift Spear and say go here. They're at 1, we're at 11. We can't really die this turn, but there are other things that could happen that could end poorly, so. They have a Horizon Canopy and something we don't know about in their hand. Now they have 2 somethings we don't know about in their hand. Esper Sentinel is a pretty good one. Wonder what that last card in their hand is. We're gonna swing in here. I don't know of anything they could have at instant speed to stop us. So we were actually rewarded for waiting instead of just drawing a card last turn, which I personally think was pretty smart. So okay. All right. Well, we're 3-0 to start our league so far. The decks felt really smooth. We've had some pretty good draw steps so far. So what is this stuff? Deck Gruul midrange. Sprawl, Bolt, Ooze, Moon, Pillage. Well, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty sweet. Oh, I remember Joseph talking about this deck. Well, it looked pretty cool. It's really good with with Bedlam Reveler because Thing in the Ass and Bedlam Reveler play really well together because they don't murder each other. Boggles, Incinerator, Kiln Fiend, Prison, Crabvine 2, Deck Black Red. What the heck is that? Ah, this was the thing Joseph was talking about. Hi and good luck, opponent. Our opponent has a companion, and it is Gigantha. We don't have a 1-drop, so we're gonna have to mulligan, I think. Gigantha generally means Tron or Niv. So we're gonna keep this and put the Eidolon back. Now, we only get 1 shot at a land here, which is pretty tough. The fact that they mulliganed again makes me think it's Tron. So Eidolon is more than likely, honestly, not good on turn 2 on the play against Tron. There's a very good chance of that. And secondly, if we don't hit a land, it's not good at all. So Verdant Catacombs. And they play an Arid Mesa. Okay. Land, please. I don't know what our opponent's on, but we're going to serve it up here. Yeah, we don't have a second land, which is unfortunate. Our opponent goes to 14 off their fetch. Darren. Darren, what are you doing? We're going to 6 through their turn because there's nothing we can do. Man, there's a lot of people streaming tonight. Wild Nicodle. Well, we would have drawn a second land. We could have suspended both of the Rift Bolts, which would have been very good. So this is like 4 or 5 color zoo. Goif is a 1/2. So we get to kill Goif. Unless they have a bolt or something. Do they have a bolt? This is going to be a total blowout if they have a bolt. It appears they do. Well, that sucks. Well, we're just going to say go here. I mean, them having the Goif there was pretty unfortunate. Costs 2 less to cast for each basic type among lands you control. Oh, so that's how they cast it. They just put all of the... Okay. All right. The problem is that at any point they could just draw Tribal Flames and we're just dead. So now there's no way we win because that had to be a 1-drop because we could have put them to 5. Yeah, okay, so we're just super dead here. All right. That's unfortunate that we... I mean, we kept a 1-lander. Wow. 15 cards in before we saw a second land. That's a tough scene. What does 4-color zoo look like? One thing I really enjoy about playing online. What is Boros aggro? Well. Alright, that looks cool. That's not what I'm here for, but that looks cool. Electro Balance. Where is 4-color zoo? Alright. Whatever. I don't think we want Skull Cracks. Eidolons are good on the play. You know, maybe they have something. Maybe we do want Skull Cracks. I don't know, but it's possible. No, Eidolons are great. What am I doing? Cut Charms, cut the Rifts, bring in Skullcracks and Paths and Searing Blazes? Yeah, I think that seems really good. Oh, come back. This hand's really good. We're going to keep. Alright, so we know they have Bolt. If they don't play anything, we know they have the Bolt. Interesting. Main phase? Alright, let's go to 17. We have Helix to help us gain some life if we need to, and plus Eidolon's just really good in this matchup, so... Could be Goyf. Tribal Flames, the Eidolon, okay? We put our opponent to 8, and the last card in our hand is Searing Blaze, so I kind of like where we're at so far. Okay? Put our opponent to 5. It's like, I'm wondering if they're going to go to 4 or not. Okay, so they get to attack for 6, which doesn't change the clock. Draw a card. Swiss Spears. Not good. Yep. Well, fact that we hit creature. All right. Just a 2-drop. The 4/4. They don't have plains or islands, so they can't cast that for 2 mana if that's their plan. They could have Dreadbore. Ah, well, they still don't have island. Ooh, they're gonna get Steam Vents here though and take their chances on going to 4. Little do they know we took out our Boros Charms and our Flames Rift, so we have nothing that kills them from here, which is big sad. They have 1 card in their hand. Hopefully it's not Tribal Flames. Oh my god, are we serious right now? We drew 6 lands. I'm sorry, 7 lands. And only 3 burn spells. That's disappointing. That's big disappointing. Because that thing has trample, which means we're just dead to that in the air. Each other creature you control has vigilance if it's white, hexproof if it's blue, lifelink if it's black, first strike if it's red, and trample if it's green. Well, that sucks. That's a really good matchup for us. Wow. Wait, another creature coming? That's a really good matchup for us too, just because they're forced to take so much damage off of their lands that we can just get away with killing them. So pretty tough to. It's pretty disappointing to lose that one. I won't lie, but I shan't lie. All right. Well, we only need 1 crab vine. We don't need another Gruul mid range. Humans is a thing. Just got that was a pile. We're never playing that again. It was cool, but we're Jun Zoo. What is this? Oh, this looks like a. Alright, so this is like Jun Shadow. I hate having that 2 next to things. Yeah, prowess, tokens. Burn 2 of 1 mind. Yeah, I remember this deck. I really liked that deck. It was a lot of fun. Arcanist. I have to look and see how that deck looks, the Arcanist deck looks compared to that one that Joseph put in here, the new one, to see what it's like. Oop. Hi and good luck. So we have a lot of 1-drops and an idol on here. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this. Dogoose. We don't have anything to kill it, which is disappointing. And we immediately drew a not great card. Sunbait Canyon and Flame Rift does not go well together. Urza Saga. Alright. Another goose. I don't know what we're playing against, really. Attack for 2. Feels like that wasn't great. I kind of forgot that Urza Saga did shit other than make land, other than being a land, so that was just bad. They get to search for something with mana cost 0 or 1. Put on the battlefield and shuffle. Seems pretty solid. Underworld Cookbook. Okay. Alright, we're at 6. They're just going to gain 3 life while they can. Alright. That's not good. Alright, cards that seem good include Searing Blaze, Smash the Smithereens, Skullcrack. Cards that seem bad include Flame Rift. Um, I don't want to cut Helix because it targets something and life gain might be important. I don't know, it does seem like... Why don't we try it like this and see what happens? Curious to see how this plays out. This hand's good. We'll keep this. There have not been a lot of Inspiring Advantages or Sacred Foundries in our in our games tonight. We've been drawing a lot of Sunbait Canyons, which in the right matchup is great because our life totals don't matter, but it feels like in everything we've played so far tonight, our life totals have been very relevant. So cookbook, okay. Put our opponent to 12. Bring the cat back. Cat does the trigger. So we put our opponent to 6. Set our Wayfinder, okay. Thought they'd already played it, but I was wrong. So he can bring the cat back twice here, which is annoying. Yep. Yep, you go to 7. Boros Charm would be sweet right here. So we're going to go ahead and put them to 1 here, and then they're going to have to spend their turn gaining life if that's what they want to do, because I'm not going to give them the option to bring the cat back. Because they have to have a 4th land to gain more than 1, to gain more than 3. Okay. Our opponent's had a lot of life gain this game, so And they're just going to keep doing that every turn because we can't stop it, so I'm just going to concede here. I mean, every time I look at that match, I look at it and I think about how good of a matchup that is, and I don't know. I just fall short every time, and I don't really understand why. And I feel like I draw really poorly when I play against that deck for some reason. Like I've never had Eidolon. I like the skull like last no, not last night. Night before last when we played against that deck. We had Skullcrack, but we were stuck on 2 lands for a trillion turns. Um, we never had Eidolon. Tonight, we I don't know, like we just never had spells that really mattered. Like we didn't draw Searing Blazes or Skullcracks or Smash the Smithereens. Like we brought in 8 sideboard cards and didn't see one of them. So I don't know. It's a little unfortunate, but we went 3-2 again tonight. We started off 3-0, and then we had a few bad draw steps to end the league to finish 3-2. So I don't know if there's something to change. I don't really know what it is. Like I feel like the deck is set up really well. I really like the way the deck's sitting right now and what it looks like. And it's very possible that it's better. You're better off just playing 3 Searing Blazes in the main instead of playing 3 Flame Rifts and just playing other sideboard cards. Because yeah, I mean I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for what to be doing. Maybe Rest in Peace is what we need against that deck. Maybe Rest in Peace is like the key that pulls it all together because we're shutting off their graveyard garbage. So I don't know. We might try that next time we play against it. But that is it for Magic tonight. If you were here for Magic, I appreciate you stopping by. And if you're here for Rocket League, stick around. I'll be back in a few minutes.